John Eats Cheap doing some homemade guacamole. Now this isn't a perfect guacamole. This is the way we like it. So although a lot of the ideas I got from when we were in Mexico and the chef showed me how to make it, but I kind of do it an easier way. One thing I remember him saying was how to tell if an avocado is ripe and ready. You take that little umbilical cord right there and take it off, and if it's green underneath,
or otherwise known as stem.
I think it was if it's green underneath, then it's ready. So
There you go.
I don't know. They always look the same to me. Hey, let's make some guac. Start out with the avocado. Get it out of the skin, and you can peel the skin off. So I'm going to mash this up. You can use a fork. I like using a pie cutter. I have found that a pie cutter works pretty good for mashing it up. Or a crust. Is it a pie crust?
A pastry
cutter.
Pastry. I don't know. I think if you see it, you know what it is.
Yeah. Everybody's got one. You don't use it very often.
I don't think I've ever made pie crust by.
I've never used it for pie crust, that's for sure. Let's see, it just kind of slices it up, mashes it down. That's looking pretty good right about there. Mashed up. I like using seasoned salt. Just a little bit, not a lot. So just some seasoned salt. Start with that. A little bit of pepper. Just a little cumin, not much.
Some people say cumin.
Cumin.
I like cumin better.
I got some diced garlic here. And a little bit of lime juice. So get that all mixed in. And salsa. Because most places, they'll put diced tomatoes, they'll put diced onions in there. Well, this is the tomatoes and the onions. Just a lot easier way to do it. And the great thing about making guac too is that you get to keep tasting it. So that by the time you get it perfect, you're ready to let it sit in the fridge for a little while. I'm guessing this is going to need a little more salt, but I think it's about ready to try. So I'll give it a taste test. Does need some salt. And I think maybe even a little more lime juice. And you can certainly put, we don't have any cilantro here. We're just going with what we have on hand. But a little cilantro. I know a lot of people like to put that in it as well. This is one of those things that, you know, you make right here, and then Mrs. Cheap and I will just stand here and eat lunch standing up. Another taste test. That is good. Easy, fresh, homemade. Now if you're going to store this in the fridge for a little bit, just put a saran wrap over it. Flatten down on it so it won't get brown. But that is ready. Easy, homemade guacamole with John Eats Cheap.